everyone. Welcome in. It is a Tuesday. That means just one thing. It's time now for True Crime Tuesday here on the best in true crime podcasting. True Crime Tuesday on Darkness Radio. I'm going to give the full title today. I hope you all had a very happy Easter. You know, it's sometimes I try not to get too secular on this program because I know we have people of all faiths that are listening. In fact, you atheists I know are listening as well. So hello, atheists. I'd like to say hello to the atheists out there today. But I hope you had a great weekend. I hope it was filled with faith, food, and family this weekend. And you had a wonderful weekend. We're going to do things a little bit different this week, as today is all dumb crimes, stupid criminals. That's right. The reason we're doing that is, one, because it's a little more restful weekend this weekend, and two, because guests don't want to come on the weekend after Easter. Let's just face it. We'll call it as we see it. But we also want to make it a lighter weekend as well, as you don't want anything too serious after a holiday weekend. So with that, I will bring in, actually, you know what? Let's cue the theme for dumb crimes, stupid criminals. So here we go.
It's Crayon News story time.
What happened with this dude, Christ Bearer? I heard he cut his penis off and then jumped off a balcony.
Suspect pulls gun from butt, shoots twice at Denver police.
What is your emergency?
I need help.
And what's the problem?
I'm too high.
You're too high?
Yeah.
And as we bring in that theme, we'll just say that it's time now to bring in our co-hostess. So I will reach my hand across the Twin Cities, and I will say that as I bring this in, I am bringing in shock and awe and fear to the Hindustan Times as well across the world, halfway across the world, as Binder has said to me, please, sir, could you not? Don't you know that we're running out of paper and ink and everything that we make our charts with over here? As it is, we're already charting her 3 books from last year, 4 books from last year. Now we've got, 15 books that are coming out this year, and she's got, 103 books coming out the year after that. We can't keep up with her. She's the destroyer of charts, eater of worlds. Ladies and gentlemen, she's intelligent, she's witty, she's funny, she's pretty easy on the eyes, and by gosh, she's the, I'll put it this way, she's the gatherer of words, destroyer of tomes. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, ooh. Jessica Freeburg. Hi, Jess. How was your Easter?
Hey. Oh my gosh, it was so great. So much fun with my kids and hanging out with my family.
Yeah. Did you do
I love holidays.
Did you do the typical Easter fare, or did you do something different for?
We just did brunch. It was kind of funny. One of my children didn't come home for the holidays. Shame on them.
What? Oh, let's shame them publicly right now. Which one?
Ella. But she had just been home for spring break. So she didn't want to do the drive. It's a 6-hour round trip. It's kind of
That's it?
Kind of a haul. I know, but I was like, that's fun. She had a lot of friends that weren't going home because they lived too far away. So she hosted her first Easter dinner with her friends, which I thought was really cute.
That is cute. Yeah.
So I told her, no shame. I'm proud of you for making the best choice for yourself. But yeah, so I only put 2 Easter baskets out this year instead of 3.
Mm-mm.
But it was weird.
You know,
but otherwise it was great.
Ella, back in my day, I used to drive 17 hours one way just to come home. No, I didn't. I'm lying. I'm totally lying right now. I'm just trying to shame you for your mom.
I know. I told her it was fine.
Oh, well.
Her sister freaked out on her, but I told her it was fine.
Good for her. Yeah. Yeah, that's good for her.
Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time. How about you?
We got together on Saturday because, you know, it's tough as families get older. You know this, as families get older, you got the kids that start marrying off and they've got responsibilities and stuff like that. And so, so that they were kind of promised.
The dynamic changes.
They do, yeah. So they were kind of promised to the in-laws on Easter Sunday and stuff like that. So we decided, and we wanted to celebrate March and April birthdays too at the same time. So we all got together on Saturday night. We went out to Buca. So we let somebody else cook.
Fun. I love that.
That was kind of fun. Yeah. So I got to see my great nephew. I got little Bennett, little 7-month-old Bennett. So that was fun.
Oh,
yeah. And I showed him because he's got doggies at home. So I showed him my chipmunks, videos of my chipmunks. So that was fun. Yeah.
cute.
Yeah. He was all fun. He was happy to see chipmunks. I don't think he knew what they were, but he was happy at that. And then
He knew they were furry and adorable.
Yes.
That's all he needs to know.
That's right. And they eat peanuts. Yeah. So he learned that.
Mm.
And then I got him a talking Elmo book because you always get little ones talking presents for Easter to drive their parents nuts. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good plan.
yeah. So I'm that kind of uncle. That's what I do. Yeah. If you present a child in my life, you're going to get talking presents for every holiday.
You're the fun uncle.
I am the fun uncle. Yeah. So, yeah. So he got a talk and he loved the book. Oh my gosh. He went crazy over it.
Oh, yeah. You can't go wrong with a talking Elmo book.
Yeah. He kept doing the, like, keep hitting the button, keep hitting the button.
Oh,
Yeah. So, yeah. So that was fun. That was fun to watch.
it's so sweet.
Then I got to talk to my youngest nephew about his trip to Europe. That was fun. Yeah. So,
Cool.
yeah. So it was a fun night. And then Sunday, the actual day, went over to Jelly Bean and Julia's for their Easter buffet, and that was fun.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a brunch instead of like a big meal with ham and all that kind of stuff. But mixed it up a little bit. Man, I tell you though, so I don't know if I told you this, but I'm counting my calories because, well, mostly because I got some new outfits for golf league and
Oh,
don't fit very well. And I'm like, I have to lose a little weight in order for things to fit me right. I can't buy all new clothes, but when I'm too stubborn to change my size, I'm like, I am the size I am. I'm not changing. So I keep buying stuff that, anyway, long story short, I was counting my calories and then I put in the quiche that my mom made. And I was like, Mom, this is like one slice is like a whole day serving of calories. And she sent me home all these leftovers of it. I'm like, I'm going to throw it away. I'm not eating this.
aw.
Maybe I can have one slice of quiche for the whole day if I eat that quiche left over. So if anyone wants quiche, let me know. I'll send it to you. If you're not counting calories.
You're gonna hate me. I lost weight over the.
I know. You're doing so good. I don't hate you. I love that for you. I love seeing you lose
It's all
weight and be healthy.
it's all chemical. It's all
That's all
completely
right. Whatever it
chemical.
takes.
It's and again, I think I gotta blame the cardiologist for showing me the new place to shoot the Manjaro. Because I totally I lost weight over Easter again. So
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. I don't think I gained any, but yeah. I don't know. It's hard when you're doing it, not using medication. You're doing, the calorie counting
Yeah,
thing and working
yeah.
out because it's kind of a slow roll. But I'm like, oh, I lost 4 pounds in 2 weeks. That's pretty
great.
good.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I feel like I can see it. You automatically, because I've
You
been
can.
working out every day. So
Yeah.
then I automatically think, yeah, look at me. Look how
Right.
strong I am.
No, well, I lost 2 pounds over Easter, so that was But you can tell, yeah. Especially with you personally, you can tell. I was told by I showed up. 2 people lost pounds in my family, myself and my dad. My dad looks gaunt because he's ill.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not the way we want to lose our
Right.
weight, but
People looked at me and went, "Whoa, like what have you been doing? You're not sick like Dad, are you?" That's the line I got. I was like, "No, I don't think so." Right.
I
But
tell you what, though, that Manjaro, those shots, now they have them in the pills. They're life changing for people, and I think it's
Mhm.
wonderful. Whatever it takes to keep you in your healthiest
Yeah.
form of yourself.
yeah. And the other part of that too, though, is to get the rest of it off. I mean, it'll take the initial weight off,
Yeah,
but then the rest of it's up to you. You really do have to work on it to get that
Yeah.
rest off.
my recommendation is get a good show on Netflix and only allow yourself to watch it when you're on the treadmill. That's what I do. So then I'm like
Oh.
excited to go down because I'm like, right now, what am I watching? Hunting Party. I think
Yeah.
that came out last year, and it's like all a serial killer
Yep.
thing. It's really good. I'm kind of sad it's almost over, but I find something like that and I only allow myself to watch it when I'm working out.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Working for me.
There you go. I get motivated by DDP yoga. That's kind of, which by the way, as we're taping, it's Diamond Dallas Page's birthday. So happy birthday to DDP.
Oh,
yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. I got to thank DDP for kind of changing the life here. So yeah, it's, he's kind of a big inspiration. So yeah. And I've met him a couple of times. He's been on the show. He was on the show years ago. Yeah.
Oh, yoga's wonderful. And it gives you that flexibility too, which is also so good for you.
Well, remember, DDP would say it's not your mama's yoga and it's not yoga, it's DDPY. So it's different.
Oh.
It's dynamic resistance. You got to be able to do this.
Okay.
Jess, you got to go bang when you do it. Yeah. But yeah, it's not just the DDPY itself. It's also the meal plan and the inspiration. And, he's got different inspirational messages on the app. And check it out, folks.
That's awesome.
DDPyoga.com.
Ah.
Yeah, for everything. And there's different specials throughout the year on if you want to sign up. But yeah. It's good. It'll change your life. And you can make the plan, as DDP says, you can make the plan your own. I don't necessarily, I do it from a seated position because of the Charcot foot. So, yeah.
Wow.
So unlike Jess, I'm not running on a treadmill.
Whatever you do,
Yeah.
you just do a little something, doesn't matter what.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you.
And
be healthy, be happy.
And you still burn calories. So. Yeah, even from a seated position. So now Jess is like, you son of a bitch. But yeah, there's
No.
But there's ways.
You know what else burns calories? Laughing.
Oh, I was going to say flipping me off. But no, that too. But yeah, there's ways to there's ways to burn calories with resistance and strength training and stuff like that. So and resistance training through DDPY. I'll get off my soapbox. But yeah, check it out.
Well, now everyone knows we're bringing the healthiest versions of ourselves this year in 2026.
That's right. So, and we won't jam it down your throat anymore. But there you go. All right, let's get to Dumb Crime, Stupid Criminals today. It's a busy program today, and we're going to start rather with a place that a few people went during the holiday, Jess. But it didn't work out well for one Florida man.
Uh-oh.
And that's Disney World.
Ooh, what happened?
A Florida man, and this is how we're going to start out today. Gosh, we're starting out with a bang. A Florida man stopped to help a crash victim near Disney World and got brutally attacked for his trouble.
What?
Yeah. Sometimes just being a good Samaritan doesn't work out so well. No good deed goes unpunished, and apparently in Central Florida, that is less of a saying and more of a legal warning. Hans Hamilton was minding his own business driving north on the 429 expressway near Walt Disney World when he spotted a white Lexus that had kissed a guardrail a little too hard. Being the kind of human being most of us only pretend to be, he pulled over to help.
Oh, that was nice of him.
Yeah, very nice of him. The decision landed him in the hospital with a brain bleed, a concussion, 4 broken ribs, and a medical bill that would make anyone's stomach drop.
What?
Yeah.
The person he was helping do that to him?
Well, we'll find out here. His Tesla, which captured the entire ordeal on its cameras, also came out of it worse for wear because the man he stopped to help used the hood and roof of it as a personal trampoline before things got even uglier.
Whoa.
Yeah. The person tried to kill me, Hamilton said afterward. I don't want anyone else to go through what I did. Hamilton has started a GoFundMe to help cover the mountain of medical and auto expenses his family, who lives paycheck to paycheck, is now staring down. The irony of needing crowdfunding after being punished for being a decent person is not lost on anyone with a functioning conscience. When Hamilton first pulled over, the driver of the Lexus, later identified as 44-year-old Daniel Corman, appeared to stagger out of his car and collapse in the grass, motionless, very much looking like someone who needed help. The moment Hamilton stepped out of his Tesla, however, Corman apparently made a miraculous recovery, leaping up and sprinting toward the car. Corman jumped onto the hood and roof of Hamilton's Tesla, caving in the windshield before tackling Hamilton to the ground. For nearly 30 seconds, he threw repeated punches at Hamilton's neck, face, head, face, neck, and back. Hamilton eventually managed to break free by striking Coleman in the throat, which, all things considered, seemed like a pretty reasonable response of being ambushed on the side of an expressway. When an Orange County deputy arrived and tried to take Coleman into custody, Coleman approached in what the arrest report diplomatically calls an aggressive fighting manner and swung at the officer. Probably not a good thing.
Wow.
Yeah. Hamilton, still battered from the beating, he had just absorbed, helped wrestle Coleman to the ground so the deputy could get him in handcuffs. The man literally helped arrest his own attacker, which is pretty brave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of a hero.
A little bit. Even injured, he was a bit of a hero.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sad that you can't help people without being worried they're going to go nuts and eat you up.
Yeah. Now, that is commitment to civic duty that deserves its own category. Coleman was charged with battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting an officer with violence, assault on a law enforcement officer, battery, and criminal mischief. Investigators also connected him to separate hit-and-run crashes 2 miles south of the scene and flagged him as a suspect in a similar incident from earlier in the same morning. When speaking he was busy. He had a busy day. Yeah. When speaking to the deputy, Coleman claimed he only spoke Spanish, despite having spoken English to Hamilton just minutes before deputies originally requested he be held without bond. A judge, by the way, set that bond at $5,000. That's it. Only $5,000.
Seems like it should be. See, this is what I'm saying. Florida. Come on. If that would have happened anywhere else, that'd have been like $50,000.
Yes.
Like Florida's like, oh, just another day.
Yeah, Florida's like, yeah, it's pretty minor, $5,000. I mean, you only beat up a guy and an officer. 2-for-1, we'll give you $5,000.
No, either he was having a mental break or he was on something like meth or something that made him violent.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
I'm sure Methany here was pretty methed up. Coleman missed his first court appearance because he was hospitalized for an undisclosed reason, and he remained at the Orange County Jail as of Thursday. Meanwhile, Hamilton is recovering from injuries that would sideline anyone and facing bills that have nothing to do with anything he did wrong. If you want to support Hamilton's recovery, his GoFundMe is active. And if you happen to see a crashed car on a Florida expressway, maybe, just maybe, call 911 and let the professionals handle it. That's probably the best.
Keep on driving.
Mm-hmm. The days of roadside heroism apparently come with risks that nobody puts in the brochure. That's Florida in a nutshell. I think that's most places nowadays.
I mean, I feel like it could be anywhere. You just never know. Like somebody could be pretended that they've crashed and they're a serial killer. They're just trying to get you to come help them so they can abduct you and murder you.
That kind of brings us to our next story, Jess.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah. Some human remains were found in a suitcase in Palm Bay, Florida. We're going to stay in Florida. And a teen was arrested, but it was found under the most unusual of circumstances. Police say evidence inside 2 abandoned suitcases led detectives to a 19-year-old named Lucas Jones. 19 years old.
And he had multiple bodies in suitcases?
Well, it might have been a body in multiple suitcases, but the remains had not publicly been identified by the medical examiner as of late Monday. And now I have an ad that's popped up. I don't know why, but maybe because it wants to sell me something. A 19-year-old Brevard County man has been charged after Palm Bay police found human remains in 2 suitcases in the remote area known as the Compound, a case that began with an abandoned bag report and quickly turned into a wider death investigation. The arrest matters because investigators had already laid out a detailed account of how the remains were found and how they linked the case to Lucas Jones of Indiana-Atlantic. But they still have not publicly answered the biggest questions, including the official identity of the dead person, the cause of death, and whether more serious charges will follow. Police said Jones is charged with tampering with evidence because abuse of a dead human body, and transporting a dead human body in an unauthorized container. Detectives also said they were waiting for autopsy results and positive identification from the medical examiner. The investigation began around 10:50 a.m. on March 28th when officers were sent to the area of 1574 Bombardier Boulevard after a report about a suitcase in the grass. Local reports said vultures had been circling above it.
Oh.
There's a bit of a
That's a
clue.
sure sign.
Yeah. That's just creepy. Local reports, again, saying vultures circling above the suitcase. Officers found a black suitcase that was partly open, noticed a strong odor, and could see human remains without moving the luggage. A second suitcase with additional remains was found a short distance away. According to the investigators, the first big break came from what was with the remains. Detectives said they found personal belongings and an Amazon package addressed to Lucas Sander Jones, which led them to seek a search warrant of an Indianapolis home. Sergeant Vincent Galliotto later said detectives were still waiting for the autopsy results and a positive identification, making clear that the discovery scene had moved faster than the forensic process. When detectives searched the residence that night, they found blood stains in several areas of the home. They also reported that a kitchen knife recovered from one of the suitcases appeared consistent with a knife found inside the house. Investigators said Jones had visible healed wounds and bruises on his left shoulder and on the right side of his neck when they made contact with him, but he declined to make a statement. A sworn statement from Jones's girlfriend, Michelle Burrows, added more detail to the timeline. She told investigators that on March 20th, she saw 28-year-old Coley Lee, Daniel, lying on Jones's bed and appearing asleep or unconscious. She said Jones tried to wake him. After she left the room for a short time, she said Daniel was gone, and Jones told her he had left through the back door. Burrows also told police that on March 21st, Jones had her drive him to the compound, where she saw him remove 2 gray tote containers and leave them in separate spots. Other records deepen the connection to Daniel, even as Palm Bay police stopped short of saying publicly that the remains were his. Investigators said Jones was associated with the missing persons case involving Daniel, an Indianapolis man whose family and friends had been trying to find him. The federal missing person entry says Daniel was last heard from on the evening of March 20th, and that friends and relatives had no further contact after that. Local reporting based on court paperwork said the victim page in the case file identifies Daniel by name, but police said they were still waiting for the medical examiner to make the identification official. That gap is important. It means investigators have described a strong chain of evidence tying Jones to the transportation and concealment of remains, but the public record still leaves key medical and forensic questions unresolved. Police also said license plate reader data placed Burrows' red Honda Accord in the compound twice on March 21st, which investigators said fit the account that she gave them. The place where officers found the suitcase also helps explain why the case drew such fast attention across Brevard County. The compound is a vast, mostly undeveloped section of southwest Palm Bay that city records describe as about 2,784 acres, or 12.2 square miles, with roughly 200 miles of old paved roads left over from a stalled development project. The city says most of the land is privately owned and that the area is not a public recreation site, even though off-road riders, dumpers, and other visitors continue to use it. Palm Bay has spent years warning that the area's isolation and a maze of roads can make it a magnet for illegal activity and hard-to-reach emergency calls. In this case, that setting shaped the first public picture of the investigation, which is 2 suitcases in open grassland, a strong odor, birds overhead, and a crime scene far from the neighborhoods where both Jones and Daniel were known. The geography makes the discovery feel hidden and exposed at the same time. For now, the legal case remains narrower than the public reaction to it. Jones has not been publicly charged with homicide. Instead, the counts filed so far focus on what police say happened after the death, moving remains, concealing evidence, and placing a body in containers not allowed by law. That can change if the medical examiner identifies the remains, determines how the person died, and gives prosecutors evidence to support more serious filing. The next procedural steps are likely to come from those findings, along with any added court hearings, updated charging documents, or search warrant returns. Interesting stuff, Jess.
Very wild.
Yeah, it's a wild story. Jones, by the way, remained charged late Monday only with 3 body handling and evidence counts. The next major turning point is expected to come when the medical examiner formally identifies the remains and releases findings that could determine whether prosecutors leave the case as filed or seek new charges. It's a bizarre little story out of Florida, but I actually presented a novel probably a couple months ago that had this exact same storyline. A body in 2 suitcases found in a rural area like that, in a dumping ground with birds circling it.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. It's like straight out of a novel.
Huh. And so weird that sounds like they figured out who the suitcases belonged to because there was a package, like an Amazon package.
Yes, in an Amazon package.
Located in one of them. I mean, come on, you're sticking a body in there, make sure it's empty.
Right. It's almost like, it's almost like you wanted to get caught because you left evidence with it.
Yeah.
I mean, how dumb could you be?
So weird.
Yeah. It's
pretty dumb, apparently.
Yeah, pretty dumb. Our next story has to, for this story, we're going to Washington. It's a short one indeed. A Poolsbo man is arrested for a DUI after their car lands upside down in a ravine. He blew nearly 2 times the legal limit as he went whoop upside down in the old ravine.
Uh-oh.
A Poolsbo man is facing a DUI charge after the car he was driving ended up upside down in a ravine on Wednesday. At approximately 5:17 p.m., Kitsap County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to the scene near Viking Way Northwest and Northwest Bright Star Lane. The driver told deputies that he swerved to miss an oncoming vehicle and lost control of the car on the wet pavement. He swears this was all that was wrong. That's a hell of a swerve.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. The man failed field sobriety tests and submitted a breathalyzer sample that registered his blood alcohol concentration nearly twice the legal limit. He was evaluated by doctors at St. Michael's Medical Center before being booked into the King County Jail. To give you an idea, Jess, of how bad he swerved, this is a picture of the car.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is literally upside down.
He is not just in the ditch, he's in the woods, kids.
Yeah, he's in the woods and it's fully upside down.
Yeah.
He looks like he's in the jungle.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? He looked like he landed in the Amazon.
Wow.
Yeah, he missed completely. But to say, I just swerved to get out of the way, it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it.
Just a little swerve. No big deal.
Yeah, no big deal. Just,
I don't know how I ended up in the Amazon.
Yeah, no clue. I don't know how I skipped continents, but I got there. It's good. We're all good. We go back to Florida for this story. After 911 calls capture moments after a car barrels onto a Daytona Beach airport runway. This guy completely missed the road and went onto a runway.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a road, so.
Kind of. I mean,
It's not for cars.
No. It's kind of funny this stuff happens in Florida, but we go to Daytona Beach, Florida, where a series of 911 calls is shedding light on a chaotic scene at Daytona Beach International Airport after a driver crashed through a perimeter fence and onto restricted airfield property, according to authorities. Callers described a blue Mustang barreling through an airport fence at high speed. I just had a blue Mustang go through a fence and through the field of the airport. The whole fence is busted down, one caller told dispatchers. Witnesses said the car tore across the airfield, kicking up dust as it sped away. But then he zoomed across like in a really, really high speed, another caller said. He tore off through the field, leaving dust behind. So I don't know where the actual car is, but it did go through the airport. Moments later, another caller reported spotting the vehicle stopped on airport property. There's a blue Mustang sitting in the middle of the taxiway, and there's a civilian over here peeing on the runway, the caller said. So this guy had to go. I mean, really bad.
She was trying to find a rest stop is what happened.
I guess so, yeah. Evidently, there was no gas station anywhere nearby.
For a bathroom.
Yes, yeah, or bathroom, yeah. According to the Volusia County Sheriff's Office, the driver, identified as 58-year-old Brian Parker, was later seen attempting to enter multiple aircraft. So not only did he have to wee, he preferred to do it on a plane. I mean, they don't have great bathrooms on planes, but, you know.
I suppose it's better than nothing, though.
Yeah.
Better than an outhouse or side of the road.
A caller reported he's trying to get into a plane right now.
What on earth is he thinking?
Maybe he was remembering the commercial, the one that goes, "You want to get away?" Right? Maybe he was like, "Yeah, I want to get away."
Yeah.
Authorities said Parker appeared to be highly intoxicated during the incident. Really? You think?
Shocker.
Yeah. He was taken into custody and booked into the Volusia County Branch Jail on multiple charges, including aircraft piracy and DUI property damage.
Wow, now he's a pirate.
Is that not the coolest thing ever? You're officially...
He probably always wanted to be a pirate when he was a kid.
You know what? If someone said you're officially a pirate, I'd take the charge.
I'd be like, okay, yeah, it finally arrived. It happened.
Arr. Captain Airplane Pirate at your service.
You gotta poke out an eye and rip a leg off, and then you're set.
I don't know that you need to do all that. I mean, you could just probably...
No, you have to.
You probably just can wear the patch and get away with it. I mean I already have a brace.
Poke out your eye. Come on.
Oh, no. I mean...
Go all in.
I'm half blind in one eye. I mean, I could... And I have a brace on. Is that enough?
I guess. Yeah, I guess it does work. That works.
All right.
Half blind and a brace.
Yeah, that'll work. See?
Peg leg-ish.
Peg leg-ish. Yeah. I have a friend who has actually I have a couple of friends who have half a leg. I could probably bring them along. We could be a pirate crew.
There you go. That's right. You and your pirate band.
Me and my band of pirates. We could go take over.
Band of pirates.
We could take over aircraft everywhere. I mean, between here and Wisconsin, we could take over aircraft everywhere. Fly wherever we want.
Yeah. And we'll be talking about you on Dumb Crimes and Stupid Criminals.
That's right. Hey, but it'll be a pirate's life for us.
Yep.
It'd be fun, wouldn't it? My gosh. Speaking of being really dumb, let's oh gosh. Let's do two more and then we'll go to break, and then I'll tell you about a celebrity on the other side of the break who's really dumb. We have actually, you know what? Should we just go dumb and then go to break?
Let's just dumb, and dumber. Let's do it.
A trio of dumb?
Dumb, dumber, and dumbest.
Dumb, dumber, and dumbest. All right, let's do it, and then we'll go to break. We'll start out with the dumb first, and then we'll go dumber and dumbest.
Okay.
Although, thank gosh, there was no guns involved in this. Oh,
that's good.
We're going to Hershey, Pennsylvania for this first one. You know, it's the epitome of goodness in Hershey when they don't pull a gun in a multiple fight between teens. Maybe they just pulled out Hershey bars.
Yeah, just candy bars, no guns.
Yeah, no guns. But a multiple
chocolate bunny, perhaps.
Chocolate bunny. You just rip the ears off and then get really mad at that. Multiple fights between teens broke out at Hershey Park, and 3 were arrested in the process. Because when you're a jet all the way. It just reminds me that there was probably this is like a fight in the 50s. Like they didn't even probably pull out knives. They probably just knuckle up. They just square it up. By the way, did you know that's a challenge now?
What, knuckling up?
Yeah, no, it's called the square up challenge. Nobody knows what square up means anymore. Do you know what square up means?
Yeah, it means you both go like this and you get ready to punch each other in the face.
Do you know people don't know what that means when you tell somebody to square up?
I mean, I suppose kids don't really do that anymore. It's frowned upon.
Yeah, it's a TikTok challenge. You're supposed to go up with your phone and ask somebody to square up, and they're like, I don't know what square up means.
What does that mean?
Isn't that sad? Nobody knows vernacular anymore.
I mean, although if someone walked up to me with their cell phone and said that to me, I'd be like, what? Out of context and for no reason, I wouldn't have any idea what they were talking about.
Really?
Now, if they were mad at me and we were about to fight, I'd be like, yeah, I'll square up. Let's go.
Yeah.
But out of context, I'd be like, what?
But if they're like square up, I'd be like, yeah, okay, square up. I know what that means. Right?
Yeah. Fists up, you know.
But I mean, it's kind of a simple thing. But I guess nothing's simple these days, right?
It's old school, Tim.
It is old school, I guess. God, I'm old school now.
Miss the good old days
I guess.
where you just punched each other and moved on. Now they go on social media and destroy each other's lives.
We had ourselves an old-fashioned bare-knuckle fist fight, we did. Well, police and security personnel responded to multiple fights between teenagers, I guess whatever's old is new again, at Hershey Park on Friday evening, on Good Friday.
No.
Yeah. Well, that's the way the Lord wanted it. Leading to 3 arrests and removal of several other people from the park, according to police. The Derry Township Police Department said officers were dispatched to assist Hershey Park security just before 7 p.m. after security reported fights between groups of teenagers inside the park. Authorities said the incidents disrupted services for other patrons and raised safety concerns. Police said Hershey Park safety and security personnel, along with Derry Township officers, brought the situation under control quickly. 2 juveniles and 1 adult were arrested during the initial investigation, and others were ejected from the park, police said. Troopers from the Pennsylvania State Police and officers from nearby municipal departments were also responded to assist. The incidents caused only minor interruptions to park operations, and normal operations resumed quickly, police said. Authorities said they were not aware of any injuries to those involved or any other patrons. They also were reviewing information to identify additional people involved for possible charges. There was an altercation between a group of teenagers in Hershey Park the evening of, it was Friday, April 3rd. Yeah, Friday, April 3rd. So it was Good Friday.
Yeah, that'd be Good Friday. Mm-hmm.
Aw, God says to love. Police responded to assist park security in swiftly addressing the situation and removing those involved from the park. As safety is our top priority, Hershey Park has a zero-tolerance policy for behavior of this type. Those who do not abide by our policy will no longer be welcome on our property. Well, at least they weren't shooting people, right?
That's true.
No one used
a little fist fight.
No one used a gun or a knife or anything like that. I mean, all they did was square up and throw some ham hocks. Just, that's all it was. I mean, okay, we go from dumb to dumber. All right? We go to Hollywood for this one, Jess, where reality TV stars are targeted in a road rage incident, and they were caught on video in Hollywood. It turns out that a violent case of road rage was caught on video in the heart of Hollywood over the weekend, and now 2 reality TV stars were targeted and are sharing their story. I've never heard of these guys before, but maybe it's because I'm old.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, sir.
Patrick Simpson and is it Paul Attu are fashion experts who co-host the show Gown and Out in Beverly Hills, or Gown and Out Beverly Hills, and the Undressed podcast.
I've never heard of them either.
Can't say I'm subscribed. Yeah.
It's not on my list of podcasts, Tim.
Right. Now they're speaking about what happened to them on Sunday in hopes that their attacker will be caught. The incident happened at Melrose Avenue and Vine Street. The couple said the driver of a Toyota 4Runner blocked their vehicle at the intersection before getting out of his vehicle. Atto and Simpson sat stunned in sheer terror as the man approached them. He gave me this death stare, like literally. I thought he was going to kill us, Simpson said, who recorded the video. The reality stars say the violent interaction came without warning as they sat at the intersection around 9:20 a.m. Who has road rage at 9:20?
It's pretty early to be raging.
Or late. I mean, okay, I can see like 7 o'clock in the morning as it's bumper to bumper, but...
Well, true, yeah. Then I'm not really that awake. I'm just like, whatever, I'm just driving.
9:20 is such an odd time because bumper to bumper is broken up.
Yeah.
You know?
What are you so mad about?
Yeah. Drove on the wrong side of the road, pulled in front of us diagonal, and trapped our car, Simpson recalled. We couldn't turn left. We couldn't turn right. We couldn't go forward. We did not know what was going on. Lock the door, call the police, Simpson exclaims in the video as the man is seen punching and kicking their driver's side window and door.
Scary.
Yeah. I thought if this man is going back to the car, he's going to get something. I'm dead. I'm literally dead. This is the moment where I'm faced with that fear of I'm just going to die here. This is it. Atto, who was driving at the time, said. Unable to smash through their glass window, the man returned to his Forerunner and took off. He punched the window, blood on the car. His hand was bleeding. That's how hard he hit the car, Simpson said. The couple followed the escaping assailant for several miles against the advice of a 911 dispatcher who told them not to follow the driver. They did anyways. They just decided to follow the driver. Yeah. You know. I wanted the license plate because if we did not have the license plate, we wouldn't be able to find this man so we could make him be accountable for what he did, Simpson said. The couple says they still can't figure out what triggered the man in the first place. It's got to be mistaken identity because I don't know who this person is. I don't know where this person came from, Atto said. It just doesn't make sense. Like 9:20 in the morning, and when I'm looking in through the window, as much as I could see, there was someone in the passenger seat holding a baby. Well, maybe he made the baby cry. I don't know.
They shouldn't be holding a baby in the passenger seat, though. Baby should be in a car seat.
Right, in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Backward facing even.
Yeah.
Certainly not sitting in the front seat on someone's lap.
That's right. This guy has so much rage in him. I don't care who he is doing this to or why he is doing it, Atto said. So far, the couple says they have not been able to identify the driver. They passed his license plate number to investigators when they filed the police report. Los Angeles police said they did not have an update on the case. So, okay, dumber, we go to dumbest.
Oh, I can't wait.
Another reality star. Clavicular's live stream may cost him up to 5 years in prison after an alligator shooting incident.
Oh.
Are you familiar with the clavicular?
No, I'm not. Are you?
I'm just hearing about him this week. That's the clavicular.
Yeah,
right
never heard
there.
of him. Okay.
There he is right there.
The clavicular?
Clavicular, yeah.
So I can't even say it. It's too stupid.
Clavicular.
Clavicular.
As in clavicular homicide. Well, I called him the clavicular, but it's clavicular. It's just, yeah.
Oh, I thought he had the in front of his name.
No, I put
bold.
the there. Yeah.
I'm the Jessica Freeburg.
Feel free to put a the there if you want.
I'm going to add that to my website.
Yeah, the Jessica Freeburg. Yeah. The one and only.
Yeah.
The Jessica Freeburg. It's like being from the Ohio State University.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gives it a little.
So he shot an alligator? What the heck?
Yeah. The controversy around kick streamer clavicular, or the clavicular, depending on how you has grown quickly after a shocking live stream showed an alligator being shot in Florida's Everglades. The incident happened on March 26 when Clavicular and his group came across the animal while riding in an airboat. During the stream, he fired a gun at the alligator without warning, leaving others in the group stunned. The video spread online fast and caught the attention of both viewers and authorities. Officials soon stepped in after the clip went viral. Wildlife officers confirmed they were investigating the situation, as shooting an alligator without permission, by the way, is illegal in Florida. You can't do that. It's just, it's not only is it not...
And really, why would you want to? Like, why?
Maybe he thought he was a big game hunter. It's not ethical,
He
moral,
wanted some
or
alligator
legal.
boots.
Yeah, that or he was hungry for gator meat. I got no idea. The case became more serious when state officials said the act would be treated as a felony, which it is. So, clavicular, welcome to jailicular. It's now a thing. That's for sure.
He'll probably be live streaming from jail.
That's right. Live streaming from jail. That's a thing. That is a thing. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we got a little story. About about Kentucky cops who arrested a 48-year-old equestrian for a GUI. I'll let you.
GUI?
Yeah, I'll let you know what a GUI is when we come back. A GUI. That's right. A priceless ancient golden helmet was stolen from a Dutch museum. We'll tell you why it's so important and what happened to it to qualify for dumb crime, stupid criminals. It has, I'll give you a hint, it has everything to do with what those criminals did with that Dutch helmet. We get into not safe for work territory in just a few stories. And let me tell you, it's a little skeevy today. We're going into the world of airline pilots. We're just going to get a little lewd and lascivious, lewd, nude, and crude today. Because you need to, folks, I came across this story in the Daily Star. You need to find out what they used to do, why we have regulations for airline pilots now.
Oh, my.
We'll get into a little bit of
wait.
what they used to do. There's a story out there in the Daily Star this week that we need to get into this week. And if they ever tell you they're moral and good, run like hell. That's a little teaser that they're all about the moral authority, and that they're teaching you ethics in school, that they're an ethics professor. We'll tell you why you should run like hell. That's coming up in not safe for work territory today. That's all coming up. And then our palate cleanser today, by the way. Our palate cleanser is an interesting one. It's why you shouldn't do TikTok trends at work and other things.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's all coming up. It's Dumb Crime, Stupid Criminals is our topic today on True Crime Tuesday. It's your buddies, Tim and Jess. And we're going to take a break. We'll come right back and we'll talk more about our lovely society and why we're the smartest ones of all, because you're listening to this program and you're not participating in some of these dumb crimes right here on the best in true crime podcasting. This is True Crime Tuesday. Welcome back to the best in true crime podcasting. This is True Crime Tuesday. I'm your host, Tim Dennis. With me, Jessica Freeburg. Today is Dumb Crime, Stupid Criminals Day. We don't have any on the program. I mean, we're talking about them, but we didn't invite any on. We probably should have.
We're not them.
No, we're not them, but it'd be fun to have a couple on just to see what they sound like. But no, we didn't have them on. We were talking about them, though.
I think your impersonations of them are usually pretty good.
Are they pretty good?
Yeah.
When
spot on.
I might do one if I have a quote from one today. We have a story here that is unusual, a little more serious. Then we'll get back to the funny. There were some grisly 4chan. You ever been to the 4chan, by the way? The website. 4chan can either be incredibly insightful and full of useful true crime knowledge, or it can be a dumping ground for useless crap. One or the other.
Yeah.
It's either one extreme or the other. But there were some grisly 4chan photos that were posted or uploaded by the killer of a Washington state woman just the other day. The grisly photos that were uploaded yesterday to 4chan show the body of a murder victim, 30-year-old mother of 4 by the name of Amber Lynn Shaw, who scarily enough looks a lot like my ex-girlfriend. As I look at her picture, I'm kidding you not, she does. She looks a lot like my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, wild.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's the murder victim? That's so sad.
That's
She's
the
cute.
murder victim. I was thinking about contacting her and sending her the picture. Be like, hey, look, you could have died at the hands of this murderer.
Are you okay?
Are you okay? I know you are. It's not you, but scary. She was found dead. Not my ex-girlfriend, but this woman was found dead. I know that's a horrible joke, but was found dead in her Port Orchard, Washington home on Tuesday afternoon. Several photos of Shraw's naked body were posted to 4chan about 35 minutes before she was discovered.
Oh my gosh, that's so terrible.
Isn't that horrible? The anonymous poster wrote that, turns out it's way harder to strangle someone to death than it looks on the movies.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
A following post declared, she fought so damn hard.
That is so creepy.
Isn't that though?
Can you imagine just you go to 4chan and you're just like browsing around and that's what you see?
Now, first of all,
traumatized.
Unless you know how to manipulate IPs or you're behind something that's scrambling your IP.
Yeah.
Why would you even do that?
Like, come and get me, cops. Like,
Yeah.
it's like you're leaving your address.
Yeah, it's like you're leaving
Your fingerprint.
right? You want to be found. The 3 accompanying images show Shaw, who is also known as Amber Lynn Coplin, lying dead on a bed with what appears to be strangulation marks on her neck. 2 distinctive tattoos can be seen on the victim's arms in the 4chan photos. Those same tattoos can be seen on a photo of Shaw posted online in August. Shaw is seen in a photo on her Facebook page that I had shown you, Jess, here on the video. In yesterday's post, the 4chan user directed readers to check the news for Port Orchard, Washington in a few hours, adding that the victim's son will be home from school soon. He will find her, then call the cops. I just wanted to share the pics before they find me. Whoa.
Wow. That's going to be on the Discovery Channel for sure. Like, they have to make an episode out of this. It's too crazy.
How evil do you have to be to kill a woman and know that her son is going to be the first one to find her?
Yeah, that's really sad.
You know? Police have issued a be on the lookout notice for Shraw's 2001 Ford Focus, which apparently was taken by her killer. In a Facebook post late yesterday, Shraw's stepmother wrote, "Please pray for my family. My stepdaughter died today." FML. Why would you put FML at the end of that statement? But okay. In other words, F my life.
Yeah, right.
Jesus Christ. In a Facebook message today, the father of Shraw's children identified the woman's killer as David Kalick.
This is how rumors get started.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Maybe I should read that better. Yeah, the father of 2 of Shraw's children identified the woman's killer as 33-year-old Port Orchard man David Kalick, whose rap sheet includes arrests for domestic violence, harassment, marijuana possession, assault, drunk driving, and destruction of property. Shraw's sister also identified Kalick as her sibling's killer in a Facebook post today. "He murdered my baby sister Amber yesterday and took her car. If you see him, please call 911. Police this afternoon identified Kalick as the suspect in Shraw's murder. He was spotted early this morning in Portland, Oregon, but escaped from cops following a high-speed chase. Officers ended their pursuit of Kalick, who was driving Shraw's car, when the vehicle began swerving into oncoming traffic." So we'll keep following up the story and let you know what happens if they eventually get the guy. But it's an ongoing story.
Oh, I hope they get him. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's a psycho.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, disturbing story. All right. Back to the funny. Kentucky cops, of all places where this could happen, Kentucky cops arrest a 48-year-old equestrian for GUI. What do you think GUI is?
It sounds like something you get when you eat bad food, like some sort of a gastrointestinal infection. But
It sounds like his sugar levels are off, yes, but
but for driving, GUI, something under the influence. So
yeah.
gunning under the influence,
If it only were that cool, but no.
gallivanting under the influence.
You're very close,
Really?
but here's the clue. He's an equestrian.
Galloping under the influence.
There you go.
He was on a horse and he was drunk as a skunk.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Here is our galloper, if you will, and you could tell the horse, he probably wasn't happy to have him up there anyways.
No, he doesn't look like an equestrian.
He doesn't, does he? No, he looks like a
But he
guy who
is,
just...
huh?
Yeah, he looks like he just stole a horse. The driver, Kentucky cops say, had just left a liquor store, smelled of alcohol, and was found partially slumped over the controls of his brown vehicle. That's what they're calling it. His brown vehicle. As a result, 48-year-old Jorge Hernandez was arrested for galloping under the influence through a residential neighborhood in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Just imagine looking out your window and there's a man just slumped over a
horse just riding. You know, back in the day, they used to call that just going to town. I mean,
Yeah.
But back in the day, it was in the 1800s.
Right.
Yeah. According to an arrest report, an officer spotted the sagging Hernandez atop a horse around 6 p.m. on Thursday. When Hernandez began to ride on the sidewalk, the cop performed a traffic stop. Can you imagine that traffic stop, by the way? In order to not scare...
Lights on.
Well, now, how do you do it? Because you don't want to scare the horse to throw the rider, right? So it's not like you're riding up.
That would make it easier to get the rider.
It would, but you don't want to ride up and go whoop, whoop with the siren because that throws the rider, right?
Then you're going to have to chase the horse. It's going to be running around.
Yeah, and you got to, if you turn the lights on, you got to do it from behind the horse because the horse has limited vision. So you don't want to approach the horse from the front and turn the lights on. You're going to spook the horse. The horse is going to throw the rider.
Right. Well, and if he's passed out, slumped over indicates that he's probably not really in control. Who's going to pull the horse over? Like, who's going to put the brakes on the horse?
Yeah. Do you yell, whoa? Do you do that over the speaker of the car?
Somehow you're going to have to get up to the horse and grab the reins if there were any. I assume he was saddled and not just bareback riding, but
I don't know. Let's find out. Hernandez reportedly smelled of alcohol, had bloodshot eyes, and his speech was slurred. He told police that he had just left a liquor store and was returning home. Tied to the horse's saddle, so yes, he was saddled, was a liquor store bag. All right.
So this is just how he goes to the store. He just rides his horse. Do they have like a post he ties it up to while he goes in?
Probably. But again, because he probably assumed you can't pull a guy over on a horse and bust him for DUI. Right?
You wouldn't think. I mean, he probably thought he was clear.
Yeah. Because the horse has a mind of his own. And he doesn't have to guide the horse. The horse knows the way home.
Yeah.
Right? After performing a series of field sobriety tests, Hernandez was arrested for operating a non-motor vehicle under the influence of intoxicants. After being booked into the county jail, Hernandez was released to the custody of federal agents pursuant to an immigration warrant. Whoops.
Oopsie doops.
Hernandez's arrest paperwork describes his vehicle's make and model as other. The vehicle's year listed as 2024 and its color is brown. The report does not indicate who took custody of the equine post-arrest. Oh, poor horsey. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, the horse
It
should.
doesn't know it's having a bad day.
Yeah, the horse shouldn't have to suffer just because one guy rode it to the store, to the liquor store.
One drunken cowboy.
Yeah. All right, I promised you a story about a priceless ancient golden helmet stolen from a Dutch museum. Now, it's been recovered, but it's not in the same shape that it was taken in.
What'd they do to it?
Well, it's a little worse for wear. Let me tell you what exactly these criminals did to it, Jess, and it's kind of bro-ish.
Like frat bro?
Yeah, kind of like frat bro.
Okay.
All right. You can imagine. A priceless ancient golden helmet from Romania, stolen last year from a museum in the Netherlands, has been recovered, according to Dutch authorities. Under the guard of heavily armed, balaclava-clad police, prosecutors unveiled the 2,500-year-old Cotofenesti helmet, which is one of Romania's most revered national treasures from the Dacia civilization, during a news conference in the eastern Dutch city of Assen. We are incredibly pleased, Corian Fauner, who is one of the prosecution services, told reporters. It's been a roller coaster, especially for Romania, but also for the employees of the Drents Museum. The helmet was on display at the small museum in January of 2025. The last weekend of a 6-month-long exhibition, when thieves broke in and grabbed it along with 3 golden wristbands, because nothing looks better with a helmet than 3 golden wristbands. You know. There were fears the helmet may have been melted down because its fame and dramatic sudden appearance made it virtually unsellable. You can't exactly take a famous Dutch helmet and put it out on the market and expect to get big time cash for it.
You can't just list that on Amazon or wherever you sell things that are used.
Right. 2 of the 3 missing armbands were also recovered as part of a deal prosecutors reached with the 3 men arrested for the heist shortly after it occurred. Their trial will begin here this month. Fauner said the search for the remaining armband will continue. The helmet did not return unscathed, however. The helmet is slightly dented, but there is no permanent damage. Drents Museum Director Robert van Loon said to the news conference, the armbands are in perfect condition. Thieves used a homemade firework bomb and sledgehammer to break into the museum. Grainy security footage distributed by police after the raid appeared to show 3 people opening a museum door with a large crowbar, followed by an explosion. The theft put a strain on relations between the Netherlands and Romania. Romanian Justice Minister Radu Marinescu last year called the incident a crime against our state and said recovering the artifacts is an absolute priority. The rumor is that the boys were using the helmet and were beating each other with it.
What? Why? That's a weird thing to do.
Yeah. So they were using it as a crash test dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So they were in a frat, you're saying?
Yeah.
This was part of their initiation.
Yeah, they were testing the helmet to see how tough it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
not.
And they banged it up.
They banged it up a little bit, but it's none the worse for wear though. It's okay.
They should be able to bang it back into shape, right?
You would think, but we'll see. All right, it's time now for Not Safe for Work. If you have kids in the room, well, escort them out. Maybe put a little something on the TV for them, or maybe put something on YouTube for them, and keep them occupied. If your boss is in the room, maybe do the same. Put a little something on YouTube for them, keep them occupied. And we'll get to it here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Normally we do airplane crimes or airport crimes on this program, and they're quite entertaining because, let's face it, debauchery is everywhere in the skies. Let's tell you about the origins of these debaucheries, shall we, Jess?
Yes, please.
There is an interesting little story in the Daily Star this week. And I thought, why not get down to the nitty gritty and find out about where some of this stuff comes from? Well, the Daily Star decided to put out a story about the secret world of shady pilots, from blindfold sex videos to snorting cocaine off breasts. And I thought,
Whoa,
well, that's kind of out there, right? Why not?
That's a lot.
That is a lot. It says the hard partying secret world of aviation includes tales of a pilot snorting cocaine off a woman's breast during a wild stopover party, and others having a saucy alibi for getting out of trouble. Now, keep in mind that these are pilots from overseas. So keep in mind that these are not American pilots, but these are European pilots. But still, if you fly over to Europe, you're getting the same pilots, right? Where'd he go? There he is. As I go to read it, then the story goes, nope, not yet.
Disappears again.
It disappears again. A Randy pilot avoided the sack over a late night booze session because he was having a threesome with 2 air stewardesses, it is claimed. He said he couldn't have been at the all night drinking session with his captain because he was too busy shagging.
Oh, well, there's your alibi.
There's your alibi. The stunning alibi is one of a number of astonishing tales from the hard partying secret world of aviation, which includes one pilot boasting he snorted cocaine off a woman's breast during a wild stopover party before flying back to London from South Africa. Former BA pilot Alistair Sutherland, who flew Boeing 747s for the flagship carrier, said it was rare for pilots to date stewardesses in my day. Notice he said stewardesses, so he's quite old. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But it was known that 1 or 2 guys had a regular girlfriend wherever they went. Alistair, who is now 76 years old, said the threesome incident happened before he retired at age 55. So he's been out of the business for a while.
Wow. So that was his incident?
That was his incident.
That was Alice. Oh, my.
Yeah. Okay. He said it wasn't unusual for a captain to have a party in his room, but one particular bash went on for longer than normal. He told The Sun he ordered some drinks quite late in the evening and signed for them. There was an inquiry, and he was found to have ordered drinks much too late. They were flying the next morning, and he was fired, but his co-pilot was not involved because he had an alibi. At the time the drinks were ordered, he was in bed with 2 stewardesses. Airlines in the UK operate on a strict bottle-to-throttle policy, which bans crews from drinking 12 hours before a flight. It was increased from 8 hours in 2018, the year that BA pilot Julian Monahan was jailed for being more than 3 times over the alcohol limit while on duty. Cops were called when a technician checking the Boeing 777 noticed a strong smell of alcohol on Monahan's breath, and a court heard he downed 3 double vodkas and a Diet Pepsi on an empty stomach before boarding a flight from Gatwick to Mauritius, I believe. Mauritius. But despite the crackdown, there have been a high number of disciplinary incidents from rowdy parties. Pilot Mike Beaton was suspended by BA after he boasted he had snorted a line of cocaine off a woman's breast during a stopover party in Johannesburg. He also admitted being so effed I couldn't even lift my head hours before flying a packed flight back to London.
That's so scary.
Yeah, it is. That's an airplane, folks. That's no little car driving across country, right? That's an airplane.
That's legitimately terrifying.
Yeah. Meanwhile, EasyJet suspended one of its captains last August after he was reportedly seen roaming drunk and naked through a 5-star hotel, the Malia Dunas Beach Resort and Spa in Cape Verde, in the early hours of the morning after an extended drinking session in a bar. He was due to operate a return flight to Gatwick more than 35 hours later. The budget airline received complaints about the incident, and the plane was grounded until a replacement pilot could be found. And in January of this year, BA pilot Tim Caprone was hauled before Reading Crown Court over claims he filmed a blindfolded flight attendant without her consent. Well, that's kind of fun. Oxford graduate 38-year-old Caprone was also said to have spanked the woman with a paddle during sex after meeting her on Tinder. Well, that's
wow.
Yeah. Well, they're having a little fun there in the skies.
I mean, to each their own.
To each their own, I guess, right?
Spank away.
Spank away. The footage was shared with fellow pilot Stephen Farnworth in what was described in court as a virtual threesome. Did you know those existed? Virtual threesome?
Somebody's not getting the same amount of fun out of this.
I was going to say. And is she aware that she was involved in the virtual threesome?
Ooh, that is a very good question.
I mean, right? I mean...
You have consent to FaceTime your friend.
Right.
Take him into the action virtually.
Virtually, yes. The woman drove back from his house in Maidenhead, Berks in tears, but Caprone insisted the 2021 tryst was consensual. She did not know.
Oh.
And after a 3-day trial, he was cleared of all charges. Alistair, who lives in Glasgow, has written a book called A Pilot's Ups and Downs and says the industry has changed a great deal since he retired. Thank God.
I mean, he's around the same age as my father-in-law, so I'm going to have to ask him about this because he was a pilot.
Oh, really? So he would know.
Yeah.
Huh?
He would know.
He'd know more on the American side then, right?
Yeah, he flew international, so he probably knew.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Okay. There's a little bit more to this story, but it's a little bit blocked by this ad. He added that it was rare for pilots to, again, with the thing with the flight attendants, but it was known that one or two guys had a regular girlfriend wherever they traveled. They also mentioned that one pilot drank 7 bottles of liquor the night before a flight from Barcelona to Gatwick.
7 bottles.
Yeah.
That's outrageous.
Yeah.
And you can't be fully sober by the morning.
No, you just can't. You just can't.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't care what they do when they're paddling people or doing threesomes or whatever, but don't drink before you fly my plane.
Right. His first officer, James Sharples, was alleged to have drunk 16 units of alcohol and was heard saying, "I'm going to do the landing tomorrow because I just fancied the practice and he'll be fucked." Oh,
God.
A spokesperson for BA said, "Any employee falling below our high standards of behavior will face immediate disciplinary action up to and including dismissal." Well, you can say that now, but how do you know before it happens, right? I mean, it's not they're going to admit it.
Yeah. Sounds like they were getting away with it quite a bit.
Yeah, it sounds like they were. But I just found that story interesting.
So we're going to be driving everywhere from now on.
Yes, yeah. Driving or hitchhiking. No, not hitchhiking.
That might be safer, actually.
It might be. Or hoofing it everywhere. So our next story is a bit of a grisly one, but we'll get through it together, folks. A Limpopo pensioner is stabbed to death in a Shebin dispute over a romantic affair. Limpopo police are investigating a case of murder and attempted murder following the fatal stabbing of a pensioner at a Shebin. According to South African Police Service spokesperson Colonel, I believe this is Melsila Ledwaba, the incident occurred in the early hours of Thursday morning at a local Shebin, where a 79-year-old man was killed and a 52-year-old suspect sustained injuries. It's alleged that the deceased and the suspect were reportedly involved in a dispute believed to be related to a romantic affair with the owner of the premises. Police said that the victim and the suspect had been drinking sorghum beer with a group of people before an altercation broke out at the premises or outside the premises. Bystanders reportedly heard a disturbance and upon investigating found the two men fighting, with the elderly man stabbed and the suspect injured. Emergency medical services declared the victim dead at the scene, where a sharp object believed to have been used in the attack was also recovered. The suspect, who was arrested at the scene, is currently receiving medical attention at a hospital for a chest injury and is expected to face a charge of murder and attempted murder. The suspect is expected to appear at the, oh boy, is this a name, at the Tohoyandu Magistrates Court soon. Nailed it. Police investigations are ongoing. You gotta love South African names.
They're tricky.
Very tricky. All right. I told you before, if someone claims that they're teaching ethics, they can't be all that good.
Seems to be the case a lot of times, right?
Right. Well, in this case, I've nailed it right on the nut, so to speak.
Ouch.
Yeah. We're going to Ohio, where a Cedarville professor, an author on Christian sexual ethics. Tell me that's not an oxymoron.
Wow. Christian sexual ethics.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to read his book.
Right. What's the book title? Missionary just ain't the only position? I mean...
or maybe missionary is the only position.
Yeah.
The only ethical way to do it.
Missionary going on an expedition is the name of the book. This is the guy right here.
Oh, he just went off, but I did see him. He looked a little bit like
Oh, that's because they want you to donate.
the guy from Third Rock from the Sun.
He does, doesn't he? He looks like
he does.
He looks like Lithgow, doesn't he?
Yes, John Lithgow.
Yeah. That's scary in itself.
His expression is like, I'm in trouble.
Oh, me a worry. Former Cedarville University finance professor whose writings promote a Christian ethic of marriage and sexuality was arrested Tuesday on 8 sex-related felony charges, including 1 or more minors. The indictment, filed March 27th in Ohio Greene County Common Pleas Court, charges John Kent Tarwater with 2 counts of rape, 3 counts of sexual battery, and 3 counts of gross sexual imposition. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
No.
See what I did there? I took it because he's Christian and it's an imposition and nobody expects the Okay. If you have to explain the joke, it
kind of worked. Yeah.
He was booked into Greene County Jail in Southwest Ohio, where he remained in custody as of Wednesday morning. No defense counsel was listed in public court records, and no hearing or trial dates were disclosed, probably because they tried to lock him up under the jail and throw away the key. 55-year-old Tarwater has been listed in Cedarville academic catalogs as a business and finance faculty member since 2017, rising from assistant... Maybe rising is the wrong way to put it. Rising from assistant professor to professor of finance in the Robert W. Plaster School of Business. Again, double entendre. 3 years ago, a Cedarville University news release noted the school's designation, not resignation, maybe you should resign, designation as the state's most collegiate town by the Washington Post. Melding town culture with university culture set the town apart, the release said, adding, it's also professors like Dr. John Tarwater, associate professor of finance, watching one of his 11 children on the basketball court. Maybe he was watching them a little too close.
11 children?
I guess.
Wow. I'm just curious that he teaches finance, but he wrote a book about sexuality. Those two things don't really go together.
Right?
I mean,
maybe he had a little bit too much freak in him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's quite a bit about Dr. John Tarwater in here. Let's hit the highlights, shall we? We don't need a full resume from Dr. John Tarwater.
No, just give us the dirt.
Yeah. Trying to get to that, but boy, they really go on and on about him. His academic background includes degrees from Carson Newman University, Duke University, Southeast Baptist Theological Seminary, and the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley, where he completed a doctorate in finance. None of that to me says Christian sexual ethics. Does it to you?
No, I mean, the theology part kind of maybe the foundation of that, but I would expect him to go on to get like a master's or PhD in something related to human sexuality or something to write that book.
Cedarville is urging anyone aware of any inappropriate behavior from this former professor to contact the institution's Title IX office at a university provided email address. They say this is difficult news that is grievous to read, but we share it because the safety and well-being of our students will always be a guiding priority. They don't say who exactly, though. The university did tell students, faculty, and staff it shared the information given the indictment and specific nature of the charges.
But it doesn't tell you who the victims were?
No. They say he was arrested on 8 felony counts, including rape, gross sexual imposition, and sexual battery, but they don't say.
So we don't know if it was like a student or something.
Yeah, they don't. They say Cedarville University informed the campus community Tuesday of the indictment and an arrest in an email. But they didn't say whether the crimes were committed on campus or not. Interesting. And the police aren't saying either. But it says each of the 8 counts carries a related specification seeking forfeiture of the Route 42 property as alleged contraband of proceeds or an instrumentality of the offenses.
His home being the property?
Yeah, it says that that these all occurred at a Cedarville address identified as 3302 U.S. Route 42 East, which is a property that county records indicate he once owned. So these all occurred off campus at a house. So he took them to a house off campus, but that he has to give up that property. It's an unusual story.
Seriously.
Yeah. I don't know.
Very strange. Very disturbing.
This guy has a Dr. Lecter vibe. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. Very much so. Speaking of creepy teachers, I have another one here for you. Again, we're getting into the ick and then we're getting into the funny. So another creepy teacher asked the students if they wanted to have sex with a dead girl. What is it about some of these professors that do they not see enough sunlight and fresh air? Is that what that is?
I mean, where in any realm of reality is that an appropriate question to ask your students?
Right?
That's insane.
A teacher's been fired for asking students inappropriate questions like how long would they wait to have sex with a dead girl? But this isn't the first time he was fired from his prior job for this. He was fired from his prior job for the same thing. So this isn't the first time he's done this.
He's just a weirdo.
Yes. Thank God he's not in the U.S., though. Or is he? He was born in New Zealand. New Zealand-born Jason Morgan was placed under investigation after several of his comments triggered serious concerns among students, parents, and colleagues, according to the New Zealand Herald. Oh, thank God he's not in this country. Morgan had managed to secure a position as a house assistant at an Australian boarding school with St. Patrick's College near Brisbane, completely unaware of his troubling conduct in previous roles, according to the Daily Star. While working in his home country of New Zealand, Morgan would routinely exploit a school-sanctioned thought of the day discussion to bombard students with wholly inappropriate sexual questions. 2 students reportedly alerted authorities after growing increasingly uncomfortable with the nature of Morgan's line of questioning.
Yeah, because he's a freak.
Yeah. You know where there's this little filter in your head that tells you maybe this is appropriate, maybe this isn't appropriate, maybe I should just keep my mouth shut?
He doesn't have that, apparently.
No, nothing even close to that. He wasn't even swinging close. I mean, that's... Wow. All right, let's try to bring it somewhat back to... I mean, we're in not safe for work territory. We could go anywhere, right? Speaking of, we could go anywhere. We're
Where are we going, Tim?
We're going to the Keys for this one. If we can get
back to Florida.
Back to Florida. If we can get past the ads for this one, Jess.
Will it be worth it?
It will be if we can get to the
worth the fight.
If we can get to the story. This is the thing, Jess, with the story. It's the story on this. It's in the ads and the story that, note to the media on this deal. We'd like to be able to see the story and not have to log in or register, right? We don't want to have to register for your little newsletter to get the story. It turns out that two people were arrested for having sex in public view. We can listen to the article if you want to. 43 seconds.
Arrested for sex in public view. A man and woman were arrested Saturday, March 28th, after being accused of having sex in public view at a children's park in Marathon. Benjamin Andrew Frey, 35, and Christy Lynn Ruiz, 42, both of Marathon, face felony counts of lewd and lascivious exhibition and misdemeanor counts of indecent exposure and resisting arrest, according to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Deputies responded to the City of Marathon Children's Rotary Park and Dog Park at approximately 8 p.m. after receiving a report of a man and woman having sex in plain view of others. The witnesses were a family of 3 that included a child, reports say. Both suspects were taken to jail.
Well, that was mechanical.
Well, it worked.
It worked. Yeah. How do you feel after that, Jess? You feel
dirty?
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
Right in front of a children's park? Come on, people.
Right in front of a children's park. Yeah.
Maybe in front of a grocery store, back alley, whatever. Not in front of a kid's park.
Yeah, not in front of the kids' park. Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. That was so cold and mechanical.
I know. I prefer it when you read it, Tim.
Yeah, well,
it's much funnier.
Yeah. They could have thrown a punchline in there, Keys. Keys News. Maybe have your AI throw a little punchline in there next time.
AI can't do everything well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well. Well, we can throw a punchline in this one. Kanye had it coming.
Oh.
There was a street fight outside Kanye West's show the other week, and there was a naked man there as well. Was the fight more entertaining than the Kanye West show itself? You decide. A completely naked man got into a street fight outside a Kanye West concert, and it's all on video, kids. So if you want to see the video, I tell you what, I'll post it for you.
Yes.
Yeah. TMZ obtained the footage showing a guy throwing hands in his birthday suit, California, where Kanye was performing inside. I don't know. Do you leave the Kanye concert, Jess, to see the naked man throwing hands outside?
Well, I'll just catch it in the video on TikTok or whatever later.
Okay. The guy was letting it all hang out, so to speak, as he unleashed a barrage of punches and kicks on another man as people watched. And a man in a yellow vest tried to intervene. I think he was probably Curious George's keeper. Looks like the fight went down next to a pedicab, though it's unclear if the driver or the passenger was involved in the fight. We'll let you decide. We're going to post the video so you can watch it. It's the least we can do, right?
Of course. It's our gift to the listeners.
That's right. At least for that creepy AI video. People having sex in the Keys. I mean, it's the least we can do.
Oh.
I mean, I wish I could do more for you guys, but that's all I got today.
You do a lot, Tim.
Well, I try. Yeah, I'm trying, Jess. I'm trying. You know what they say? If you're trying, you're dying. I have no idea what that means. But
I don't get that.
I don't either.
I mean, I guess we're all dying technically.
Yeah, well, from the moment we're born. But, there's that. All right. And with that, I believe we are, where are we at here with this? I believe that is our Dumb Crime Stupid Criminals for today, but we have our palate cleanser now. We can't unsee what we've seen for Dumb Crime Stupid Criminals. So now we, of course, have our palate cleanser. We need to cleanse the old palate, if you will. For today's palate cleanser, it's a two-parter. And, I don't know. Back in the day, just when it came to work, did you have to, did you ever do any big time work shenanigans? I mean, screwing around type deal?
No, I was always a good employee.
Were you? Really?
Yeah, boring.
Yeah, you never, nothing to blow off steam or anything like that?
No, I just did my job and went home.
Seriously?
Yeah, did you? Were you getting into trouble at work?
All the time. I mean, we were screwing around all the time. That's why I'm a little surprised. Yeah. I mean, no.
Can't think of anything.
No? Oh, gosh. Yeah. No, I mean, everything from, I think I told you before, like when I was in the Chuck E. Cheese costume, I'd go play pool with the kids. I'd bring tokens out, and I got in trouble for that one.
Oh, I mean, I guess back in the day, we would have at Kentucky Fried Chicken, back when it was called Kentucky Fried Chicken, we'd have like fights with the chicken, like greasy, slimy chicken fights.
Yeah. See, now you're talking.
At the end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I mean, just horsing around type stuff, right?
Yeah. There's that. I was thinking in my brain, I'm thinking as an adult, my adult jobs. I forgot I was a kid once.
No, I'm talking like when, back in the day when you're a kid.
Way back in the day.
Working those fast food jobs, and you're screwing around, there's, I mean, just to knock off steam, right? I mean, there's stuff you do. I mean, shenanigans.
Yeah, for sure, especially as a kid. Shenanigans.
Every kid has shenanigans that they're pulling off when they're, when they're working these mindless fast food jobs, right? You got to have something you're doing.
You got to have fun. I know somebody pulled a shenanigan on me when I was working. My first job ever was at a Hy-Vee.
Mm-hmm.
And they told me that part of my job was to make sure that the salad dressings were properly shaken up so they looked good for the customers. So I did. I went over there, I'm facing everything and pulling it forward, and I'm shaking up the oil, vinaigrettes.
You did not, really? Seriously?
I did. And then someone walked over and they're like, they were kidding.
Oh my God. You seriously?
I'm like, obviously I knew that. I was just playing along.
You seriously shook up the vinaigrettes? You're like making sure it's
gotta look good for the customers.
Gotta make it look good. Gotta look good. That's funny. I can't believe somebody got you to do that. Now, see, that's good shenanigans. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
I hate to think in this day of social media what kind of pranks we would have played on each other.
Oh, I'm so glad we didn't have social media when we were kids.
But I mean, some of the stuff they're doing now is actually kind of funny. I mean,
yeah, it's next level. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Well, there's a Florida Chick-fil-A that sparked a heated debate after it fired their entire staff over a suggestive viral video.
Oh, you can't do that at Chick-fil-A. They're very buttoned up.
But come on. I mean,
that's their thing.
Shenanigans, right?
You got to go to KFC to do those shenanigans. If you want to work with chicken and you want to have fun, KFC.
I guess, right? Or Popeyes. Popeyes had never.
Or Popeyes. Yeah.
Well, here's the story. A Chick-fil-A branch has allegedly let all 8 members of its night shift go for appearing in a viral TikTok video. On March 20th, TikTokers, what's their name here? LL and 1N? LL and 1N, I guess. Posted a clip of himself and fellow Chick-fil-A employees dancing in their uniforms. That's all they were doing. Dancing in their uniforms. That's it.
That's it?
Yes. The content creator shared a follow-up on March 26th, revealing that the video got him and his coworkers fired overnight. Many netizens questioned if the company was being too strict, but others supported the decision wholeheartedly. Communists. Employees must remember that the social media posts reflect on their workplace, one user said. Actions have consequences. You know what? But I'd rather go buy chicken from a place that loves the fact that their employees are having fun. The TikToker
Agreed.
claimed that Chick-fil-A was closed when they filmed and posted the video, which, okay, fine. The original video showed Chick-fil-A staff performing a specific dance move to a remix of Wanna Mingle and Top of the Cars by fellow TikToker DJ Vic. They bounced their chest to the beat of the music following a popular TikTok trend. The video, captioned "My CFA crew is better than yours," went viral, racking up more than 5 million views over the weekend.
Wow. Good for him.
Yes, everyone's having fun, right? Days later, the original poster shared the update that everyone who took part in the video was fired on Sunday, March 22nd. It went down that quick. "We got fired. Every last single one of us got fired," he said, clarifying he asked for permission from other employees about taking part in the video and posting it online. So everybody pretty much signed off on it. Right? "When I finished making the video, I posted it right then and there. No one was in our establishment," the TikToker added. "We were closed. So there were no customers who saw any of this. It was all filmed."
What's the big
after
deal?
hours.
Unless they were like humping each other's heads or something, like, doing something really weird with the chicken and then, putting it back. Like,
Yeah, I don't think they were. You know
no,
what? I
it
can
doesn't
even
sound like it.
I can even play part of it for you here. He said that he had offered to take down the video if anyone got into trouble because of it. It's not known which Chick-fil-A branch the video was filmed in. The content creator's TikTok bio mentions Broward County, Florida as his location. However, several of his previous posts tagged Tuskegee University in Alabama as the location of the Chick-fil-A branch where he worked. The court of public opinion was split about the matter. Some saw it as an overreaction and thought that a warning would have been enough. Others felt it was important for Chick-fil-A to uphold the brand's standards and set an example. "I do feel like a write-up would have been sufficient," one user wrote. Another said a write-up and a takedown would have sufficed. "Looks like there weren't even any customers," said a person who assumed the video was filmed after hours. "Looks like they were closed and cleaning up." Another said, "It's sad that they lost their job because I don't see anyone in the store at all." "Does this even affect the food?" chimed in another user. "I don't understand why they even got fired." Those who agreed with the company said it was not appropriate for them to film the video, especially on Chick-fil-A premises and while wearing their uniforms. "These people have no concept of time and place. Forget about class," one said. Another commented, "How do people think this is okay to do at work? If I were the owner, I would fire them all too," said one more. "I agree with the company. Some things you just don't do," another contributed. "They thought doing this at a conservative Christian enterprise was going to fly," one person voiced. Headquartered in College Park, Georgia, the family-owned American fast food restaurant chain specializing in chicken sandwiches was founded by S. Truett Cathy, who's a devout Southern Baptist. The company's rules and culture are heavily influenced by Baptist Christian beliefs, including the practice of closing on Sundays, and is the largest chain of its kind. Chick-fil-A heirs Bubba Cathy, Dan Cathy, and Trudy Cathy White were the wealthiest billionaires from Georgia, according to Forbes' 2025 list, ranked at number 213 with a combined net worth of $11.4 billion.
Wow.
I somehow don't
hope they tithe their 20%.
Right.
Their church is going to be rich.
Right. I somehow don't think this video is going to bring them down any in the
No, but yeah, listen, they're very buttoned up at Chick-fil-A.
In 2020, a 19-year-old woman from California who was working at Chick-fil-A at the time shared a recipe hack on TikTok for the restaurant chain's fans. In the video, she announced that she would share tricks on how to get things cheaper from Chick-fil-A. She explained to her followers that they could save money on the chain's seasonal cold beverage, Mango Passion Tea, by ordering an Arnold Palmer, which is a tea and lemonade mix, and for asking for 4 pumps of mango. 3 days later, in her next video, she revealed that she had been fired from Chick-fil-A for doing so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't give away the secrets and don't dance.
That's right. Anna, who chose to withhold her last name, told Business Insider that weeks later, the decision took her by surprise. That shouldn't surprise you.
Yeah.
Because you gave away state secrets.
Right. But the dancing one, I mean, I have to see the video of how they're dancing. I don't get it. Like, who cares? But I guess they're religious. They're very, very religious. And some religions believe you shouldn't dance. I mean, Footloose.
It is.
That's the whole reason they couldn't
Footloose,
dance.
right? It is Footloose, isn't it? In 2024, Chick-fil-A asked a staff member, Miriam Webb, to stop posting her employee meal videos at the restaurant while wearing her uniform. Webb got a collaboration offer from Shake Shack the next day and parted ways with Chick-fil-A shortly afterwards.
Good for her. You know, I've heard of that happening where people will get fired for doing something like this in a company and then their competitors will pick them up because that's actually free advertising for them and people love it. Like, especially the younger generation who is their target audience for Chick-fil-A. Like, they want them to come eat their fast food there.
Yeah.
It's kind of silly, honestly. Like I said, unless they're doing something really crazy in that dance.
Let me see if I can play this real quick and see how crazy this is. I don't think it's that crazy. Let me see. Let me
Well,
bring
darn
up.
it. Now you're just giving me another reason why I don't want to eat at Chick-fil-A. Their chicken's so good.
Is this the video right here?
Let's see. Or post it in the notes if it's easier. I can watch it from there.
Yeah, you know what? I'll post it in the description of this program. I'll post the article, and people can go watch it for themselves. And you tell me. You tell me how crazy this is. If Chick-fil-A's out of bounds, or if they're right on with this, and that, yeah, they got every right. You know.
And then I say, if they're out of bounds, we just start doing flash mobs of this dance in every Chick-fil-A across the U.S.
Right.
That'll teach them.
That's right. Go in there, just order like a mango passion tea, and then start doing the dance.
With 20 of your friends.
Yeah, with 20 of your friends. Yeah. Flash mobs. Oh my God. That's so 5 years ago. Flash mobs. That's funny.
Bring it back.
Bring back the flash mob. That's right. Our second story. I had two of them here. Where did my second one go? All of a sudden I went to go grab it and it went, no. Oh, our second one today. Are you ready for this? Is a delicious one at that. They're both kind of involving food today. One's Chick-fil-A. The other one makes me question what we were making these things out of to begin with. You know, it seems like everything old is new again these days, right? And I got to admit, I have, certain times a year you kind of fall back to old classics or old habits. I don't know. This Easter, did you have a favorite candy you went and picked up at the store?
Oh yeah, the Cadbury cream eggs for sure.
Cream eggs or caramel eggs, one or the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that Cadbury hasn't been owned by the original Cadbury company in quite some time?
Really? Who owns it now?
It's actually the Reese's company that owns it, and Hershey.
Oh.
Yeah, at least the
American
version is owned by Reese's and Hershey. They don't the British company doesn't own the American subsidiary. So you don't actually get if you can tell, it's got a bite to it. The Cadbury eggs over here have a bite to it. It's American chocolate. It's not British chocolate. You actually have to go overseas to get the British chocolate. Which, by the way, my nephew noticed. He was like, the chocolate over there is so good. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, and it's so much better for you. It's like devoid of all the toxins that we're able to put in our food over here.
Yeah, and I told him it's because they don't use sour milk.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. They don't use sour milk. Well, Hershey says it will shift back to the classic recipe for all Reese's products after criticism. Did you hear this story last week?
No, I did not.
When I read the story, Jess, it made me go, well, what the hell have they been using for years and years and years?
Yeah.
People are going nuts because they say Reese's peanut butter cups don't taste the same. In fact, they've gotten worse. And I'll admit they're almost unedible now.
Yeah, I haven't had one in a while.
The peanut butter is not peanut butter. It's some it's some weird compost stuff that they're putting in it. But the chocolate is weird too. It's not.
I did notice the last time I had one, I didn't like the chocolate.
Yeah, it's waxy. It's really waxy, and it's not typical chocolate.
Just bad chocolate.
Yeah. But Hershey has now said it will use classic recipes to all Reese's products starting next year, which is a change that comes after the grandson of Reese's founder criticized the company for shifting to cheaper ingredients. Reese's peanut butter cups have always been made with real milk chocolate or dark chocolate and peanut butter. But a small portion of Hershey's and Reese's products, like mini Easter eggs, are now made with a coating that contains less chocolate. So it is more waxy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hershey said that in 2027, it will shift those products to their classic milk chocolate and dark chocolate recipes.
So they were using cheaper ingredients, and yet the candy kept getting more expensive every year.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Not cool.
The Hershey, Pennsylvania-based company said it will also be making other changes to its sweets portfolio next year, including transitioning to natural colors and enhancing Kit Kat's recipes to make it creamier. The company said it plans to increase its research and development funding by 25% next year. Hershey is committed to making its products to consumers, or making products consumers love. And that means continually reviewing our recipes to meet evolving tastes and preferences, the company said in a statement. Brad Reese, who is the grandson of the inventor of Reese's peanut butter cups. By the way, it's not Reese's, it's Reese's, because Reese is the last name of the grandson. Ignited the controversy in a public letter that he sent to Hershey's corporate brand manager on Valentine's Day. How does the Hershey company continue to position Reese's as its flagship brand, a symbol of trust, quality, and leadership, while quietly replacing the very ingredients, milk, chocolate, and peanut butter, that built Reese's trust in the first place? Reese wrote in a letter that he posted on his LinkedIn profile. Hershey acknowledged some of the recipe changes, but said it was trying to meet consumer demand for innovation. High cocoa prices also have led Hershey and other manufacturers to experiment with using less chocolate in recent years. So yes, there has been a change, Virginia. Your chocolate isn't necessarily chocolate.
It's not even chocolate anymore.
Yeah. The Associated Press left a message with Brad Reese on Wednesday seeking comment. Brad Reese is the grandson of H.B. Reese, who spent 2 years at Hershey before forming his own candy company in 1919. H.B. Reese invented Reese's peanut butter cups in 1928. His 6 sons eventually sold his company to Hershey in 1963. And then they ruined it. No, I'm kidding. No. Then you've got the current day Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah. They did. They changed him in a negative way. Good for him for calling him out.
Yeah. So Brad Reese is taking him to task, saying we want a different peanut butter cup. We want the original.
Yes. How dare you darken my family name with crummy, not real chocolate and peanut butter.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get it closer to the original, like my grandfather made it. Good for him.
Good for him.
I wish more legacy product relatives would come out and say, "Hey, this doesn't taste like the original. This isn't the way my forefathers wanted it."
That's right. Give us real Coke in our Coke products. We want actual cocaine.
That's right. More cocaine in the Coke. We need to stay up longer.
Original recipe.
We want to stay up all night.
That's right. That's why we drink it. We're tired and we need to stay awake.
That's right. It should be cocaine, Coca-Cola.
We want to snort it.
I can smell the coffee in Colombia. That's right, Jess. With that, that's our palate cleanser today. We're looking forward to original Reese's peanut butter cups and real cocaine cola.
Yep.
It's going to be a different world in 2027.
We're gonna be all charged up.
That's right. We're going to be able to run through brick walls in 2027. Our kids will be so chemicaled out they won't know.
That's right.
They won't know what hit them.
We'll be bleeding, but we won't feel it.
That's right. We'll be able to mash a controller in half when we're playing video games.
Oh,
Yep.
goodness.
So what's new in your world, Jess?
Oh, not much, Tim. I actually just turned a book in this weekend. That felt great.
Oh, there you go.
So, yeah. And I'm writing a book for my next group of books coming out that has to do with like haunted locations, which is why when you ask me this, I will probably have no events to tell people about because I have to focus on that book and I have to go to these places and I'm busy with that. But yeah, so just writing, that's going to probably be my answer all year.
Right on. Right on.
I'm so lame.
No, not at all. Not at all. Can't say I got much going on here either.
No. I mean,
I'm
we're busy with this.
Yeah, we're busy with this. That's right.
Bringing the show.
That's right.
Bringing the good.
It's
Bringing the funny.
it's a busy proposition. That's for sure.
It is. You keep very busy.
I try.
Speaking of, what do you have going on for the rest of the week?
Supernatural news. Mally Fox is back tomorrow.
Yay!
She's back in the saddle tomorrow, and then Thursday we are talking with two people about who have been on the old TV. They're coming on the program. They've had many books and been on many television shows, and I think we're talking little ghosties. We're back to the ghosty format this week. So yeah, so it's going.
I always
on.
love those shows.
Yeah, so we're headed back in that direction this week. So we're talking about some investigations and whatnot this week. So we got that going on. So that is our week this week. Yeah.
Going to be a good one.
Yeah, we got lots of stuff, lots of stuff coming down the pike here in April, and lots of good stuff coming up in May. So, yeah, always on the lookout for good stuff. There's an interesting book coming up in the next week or two. I can't wait to talk about on the paranormal side.
Ooh.
Yeah. Kind of a controversial
It's so
book.
good you're even thinking about it now.
Yeah. There's it's kind of a controversial paranormal book, so looking forward to getting it in front of you guys. So, yeah.
Well, I'll be excited to add it to my shelf back there.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah. Always looking forward and ahead and looking to new stuff. So again, folks, if there's a guest you want to hear on the program, just shoot me over details, not just, yeah, I want to hear Mike Tyson on True Crime Tuesday. Nothing like that. But if you have an interesting guest, either on the True Crime side or on Darkness Radio side, shoot me a note, tim@darknessradio.com. By the way, folks, I want to keep reminding you, the Apple app is updated. Make sure that if you've, for some reason, offloaded it on your device or thought, oh, this thing's never going to get updated, go get the updates on your Apple device. Darkness Radio Apple app is updated. It is wonderful. It's got all your shortcuts, everything you need as far as Darkness Radio goes right there on that Apple app. And ways to contact us directly right there on the Apple app. And it's a beautiful app. Go ahead and go get it. Update that Apple app right now. I know our developer, Mona, she worked real hard on it, so go get it. Also, swag in the Darkness Radio shop, which, by the way, you can access right there on the Apple app. Both brand new True Crime Tuesday swag and Darkness Radio swag right there at the shop. Go support the show if you would, please. Do that by going to the Darkness Radio shop, darknessradioshow.com. And let's see, there's one more note there, and I don't remember quite what it was. What was the note, Jess? I don't know. We'll see you tomorrow for Supernatural News. That was the note. And Mally Fox. For Jessica Freeburg, I'm Tim Dennis. Thank you so much for continuing to listen and watch the best in true crime podcasting. This has been True Crime Tuesday.